Who's better, the Latvian one or Lithuanian? First thing I have to say, this looks a little bit more thicker and creamy. One thing I found very fascinating is outside all these offices, they have got a strip club right opposite it.
Honestly, guys, this place is worth a visit. It's incredible.
And here, everyone, we have this portal where you can basically say hi to people in another country. Is Lithuania the best of the Baltic countries? That's the question we're here to answer. I've lived just next door for a year and I thought I knew this region well, but what I discovered in Lithuania honestly surprised me in comparison to Latvia, the neighbour. We started at the legendary Hill of Crosses, a hillside covered with over 100,000 of crosses, each carrying a story of faith and resilience. From here we drove into the capital, Vilnius, and explored its old town. Cobblestone streets, pastel courtyards and baroque churches that felt like stepping into a storybook. But I had to stop and rewind the clock because not long ago this city looked completely different under Soviet rule. And it was right here in 1990 that Lithuania became the very first country to break away from the Soviet Union, sparking a movement across the region. Today, the transformation is striking. We walked into the artistic republic of Užupis, where creativity spills onto every wall, crossed bridges covered in lovelocks, and made our way to St. Anne's Church, a Gothic masterpiece tucked into winding medieval streets. And of course, we had to try the food at a famous place called Senoj Trobeli. I went into Lithuanian classics, cepilini dumplings, beetroot soup, rye bread, and potatoes. Rustic flavors that tell the story of survival through long winters. But Lithuania isn't just about history and tradition. The next day we stepped into the modern side of Vilnius. Glass towers, buzzing boulevards like Gediminas Avenue, and a vibrant energy I honestly didn't expect. So join me today as I look into Lithuania's food, culture and modern life and see for myself whether Lithuania just might be the best of the Baltics. This is Lithuania. Hey everyone, I just wanted to ask you all for a huge favor just before the video starts today. We are almost on 100,000 subscribers here on the channel, and it would mean the world to me if you guys subscribe just before the video starts, because once I reach 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna take a subscriber with me on a vlogging trip to experience what it's like behind the scenes. So just before the video starts, please hit that subscribe button and let's get today's adventure started. Thank you so much. Well, we are starting off today's adventure, everyone, in one of the most historic places in the whole of Lithuania, and it is the Hills of Crosses. This is one of the most unique places in all of Lithuania. What started as a simple site of devotion has grown into a hillside covered with over hundreds of thousands of crosses, each one carrying a story, a prayer or a wish. Walking through here feels like stepping into a living monument of faith and resilience. Honestly, it's quite surreal walking past thousands of crosses. I saw this place online, but it's completely different when you're actually here. It has such a spiritual type of feeling as you're walking through all these thousands of crosses.
This place is worth a visit. It's incredible. People from all over the world were coming here and putting cross one by one as a sign of peace and hope and faith. And during Soviet Union time, when the religion was banned, people were putting the crosses as a silent protest against the regime. And this basically just shows the resilience and resistance of Lithuanian people. And essentially they've built this hill of crosses, which is now a religious pilgrimage, somewhere for people to come, worship, and not just a place of worship, also a social place that symbolizes the community, unity and solidarity.
And just something worth mentioning as well, you don't have to be religious to come here or Christian. It's just an incredible place to come and witness a big part of history that happened in this exact place, because it really is special, because Lithuania was also the first country to break away from the Soviet Union, and things like this really does show you the strength and resilience of the people. When you come up here, guys, you have this incredible view when you climb the top of these stairs just up here, and then you're faced with another thousands of crosses right in front. Look at this. And also what I found here seems like a Jewish religion symbol here. Maybe if you guys are from Lithuania, you can tell me how come that's also here. Quite interested to know. We hit the road for a few hours and made our way to Lithuania's capital. Welcome to Vilnius, a city where cobblestone streets, Baroque churches and a lively old town set the stage for what's next. And now we have made it over to the capital of Lithuania, everyone, and it's called Vilnius.
Vilnius. I was going to say Sveiki braliukas. I'm from Latvia, so I know Lithuanian a little bit. But yeah, fun fact for you guys, Vilnius is actually considered a geographical center of Europe. A point 26 kilometers north of Vilnius is supposedly the center of Europe, so that's quite interesting to know.
My first impressions of Vilnius, honestly, it's very, very modern. The buildings they just look perfect. Everything that I've seen. I've not seen any worn down buildings yet, but so far what I'm seeing, it's really, really beautiful and looks very Victorian type of feeling as well. And it really is very impressive walking amongst all of this. I mean, the magnitude of this building is just stunning, and also these huge pillars. It really gives me that kind of Roman type of vibe. But let's just rewind for a second. Lithuania didn't always look like this. Back in the Soviet period, Vilnius and the whole country carried a very different vibe. Grey streets, closed churches and little freedom to express yourself. Yet, out of all of the republics, Lithuania was the very first to declare independence from the Soviet Union in 1990. That step set off a chain reaction that changed the entire region. And walking these streets today, you really feel the weight. And where we're currently walking right now is the Old Town of Vilnius.
Old Town in Vilnius is definitely a sight to see. It's considered UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's one of the largest preserved medieval old towns in Europe. It's like a mix of beautiful Baroque, Gothic and Renaissance architecture, so I'm sure we'll see a lot of beautiful buildings like you had mentioned before. And we're starting with the Cathedral Square. And now we need to look for the magical tile so we get to make a wish.
This is my second Baltic country, guys, just to let you know. My wife is Latvian, which you mentioned earlier. So I've only been to Latvia and I'm trying to compare the two places. In this video, I'm probably going to mention a lot of things that are similar to Latvia or are not similar. So I'm going to do a bit of a comparison as well. Maybe in this video, or maybe I'll create another video after today. After I've experienced Lithuania properly in this trip, I'm probably going to do a comparison video. So make sure you subscribe for that so we can see what the difference is between Latvia and Lithuania. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments already what you think. Or you can also tell me what you would like me to compare. Some really interesting facts worth mentioning about Lithuania is that it has a population of 2.7 million people as of 2025. And the official language is Lithuanian, which is one of the oldest serving Indo-European languages. Also, Lithuanian are known as Baltic, not Slavic or Scandinavian, which is usually a common misconception. Now we're on the hunt to find something called a Sterbukles. Apparently it's a famous area where we can go and make a wish. So everyone, this is the miracle tile here, and what I'm supposed to do is stand on it like this and spin 360 and then make a special wish. So I'm going to do that now.
Yeah.
I'm going to spin first.
Make sure it's a good wish.
I'll make the wish first. Wish is officially made. And if you're wondering how people get around here in Vilnius, it's majority of these Bolt scooters. They're literally everywhere, jotted around the city. So now we've made it to Pilia Street, guys, and it's one of the most fascinating streets here, the most liveliest. It's where usually they have all the street performers and all the lively part of the city. And to be honest, since we've been in Vilnius, this is definitely the most busiest area that we've walked in. And
very vibrant.
Yeah, loads of cafes, restaurants, and just people relaxing, enjoying this sunny Lithuanian weather. So if you've ever heard of the term Lithuanian gold, they are referring to these things here, which are these amber looking stones. And they've actually got the same thing over in Latvia, and I think it's a Baltic thing. But they're really, really beautiful little pieces that they've got here. They've got like them in beads, they've got them in bracelets, And they make them in like earrings and all different types of things. Amber is everywhere in the Baltics. They even call it the gold of the region. For thousands of years, pieces of this fossilized tree resin have washed up along the Baltic Sea, turning into jewelry, art, and even medicine. Today, it's more than just a souvenir. It's a symbol of history, culture, and identity in the Baltics. Just before we jump onto the next part, everyone, YouTube is currently telling me that 84% of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribed. If I can ask you for one big huge favor just before we get to the next scene, is hit the subscribe button, because it honestly helps so much for me to make more of these videos for you guys in the future. We even sell ice cream for 70 cents, and that's something you definitely cannot find over in Latvia, because I'm getting ice cream over in Latvia in the middle of nowhere. They're charging around things like €2.50, and it's like hardly anything in there. So it's nice to see that some things are already cheaper here in Lithuania. Your first impressions of your neighboring country as a Latvian?
The first thing that I've noticed immediately is just how much more friendlier the people are.
Oh yes.
I just think, yeah, we are so close to each other, but it feels like the culture, whilst it's very similar, is slightly different. People are very upbeat, happy to see you here, you know.
And something that I'm going to touch on quite a lot in this video actually is that Lithuania is leading the way in the Baltics for being a digital hub for entrepreneurs, digital nomads, and they've even released a digital nomad visa. But on that note, there are a lot of people here and traveling here that are probably going to require some form of internet and data. And that's where the sponsor of today's video actually comes along, and I've been working with them for some time, and it's Holofly. They're basically an eSIM provider that allow me to have, and you guys, unlimited data when you are traveling to over 200 destinations across the world. When I used to travel, I always used to waste my time when landing at airports in queues to buy a SIM card. But thanks to Holofly, for the past year I've stopped doing that, and now I use an eSIM. To get Holofly on your device, just search it via the App Store, follow the step-by-step guide on how to install it, and activate prior to landing to your destination. It's very easy to set up on your phone, unlike physical SIM cards where you have to wait in queues and also risk losing your SIM card on your holiday. Holofly also has internet in over 200 destinations with 11 regional plans and 200 plus destinations with customizable days, which is honestly one of my favorite features. So you can choose exactly how many days you need internet. And another all-time favorite feature is the hotspot capabilities. It allows me to share my internet with my wife, friends, or whoever I'm traveling with, so they can also save costs on their holidays. All that's required prior to your trip is to purchase your plan for your destination, and you'll receive an email with all the details on how to get things set up. Because with Holofly, you can download the application before you even land to the country and have it activated and ready, so as soon as your airplane touches the soil, you're able to have internet connection straight away and unlimited connection. And you can also tailor the amount of days that you need. So let's say if you're coming to Lithuania for like 4 or 5 days, you can just choose that amount of internet for those specific amount of days. And if you guys want to grab your special deal with my discount, you can scan the QR code just up here, or you can go to the link in the pinned comment and in the description. And the great thing with my discount, guys, you can use it as many times as you want. It's not like a one-off. So let's say if you're traveling to Lithuania now, or to Poland tomorrow, or to Philippines next week, you're able to use that same discount code reoccurringly, so it's great. And whilst we are talking about digital nomads and people that visit here often, they've got these incredible workspaces here. So if you're looking to come here to work, they've got a place here called Workland. And I believe it's a Baltic thing, because they've also got one over in Latvia. And they're really these really nice modern offices that you can come and spend like a day or a week or however long you need. So it's quite good. They're very digitally focused like that, and they've got all these different places across the city where you can come and work from. And here, everyone, we have this portal where you can basically say hi to people in another country. This is actually super cool.
Where is this?
I'm not sure which country this is, but maybe...
Is this supposed to? Is it supposed to be?
It's Ireland.
Okay.
It's Ireland, yeah.
Hi!
Look at this, guys. How cool is that? That is super cool. So where that portal is located, if you guys are coming to Lithuania and want to know, it's right next to this huge town hall. And in this area as well, you've got loads of cafes, restaurants and shops. So there's plenty to do if you're going to come to this location, especially just for that portal. Definitely one of the coolest things I've seen. I don't think they've got that in Latvia. From the heart of Old Town, walking into Vilnius's most creative corners, the Literature Street. It's a tiny alley, but every wall here tells a story. So now it seems like walking through this really interesting looking alleyway. So the street that you can see here, guys, was dedicated to writers, and they call it Literati Street, which is basically Literature Street. And it's very, very cool and funky because across all the wall here, you've got all these different little bits of artwork, and they've got 223 different names here of different artists that have published their artwork on the street, which is very, very interesting. Next, we wanted to see their famous St. Anne's Church. The walk was half the magic, walking through the cobblestone streets, pastel buildings and little courtyards that felt frozen in time. Every corner pulls you in closer until finally that iconic red brick masterpiece comes into view.
So Vilnius is a city of 40 plus churches. Predominant religion is Christianity. We've picked St. Anne's Church, and the reason I've picked that is because I read Napoleon was absolutely obsessed with this church. He wanted to take it to Paris brick by brick, apparently, but it's a really beautiful Gothic masterpiece.
After exploring this beautiful area, we stopped off for some Lithuanian bakery accompanied by some street performances.
Old Town is full of amazing little bakery shops, so I couldn't just pass by this. I had to try it. It's called martoso, and it's basically like bread with whipped cream.
If I've got any magicians watching me, can you please tell me how this guy in the middle of Vilnius is floating? Next up, we're crossing into one of the most unique spots in Vilnius, Užupis, often called the city's Bohemian Republic. It's an artistic, self-declared independent community with its own quirky constitution. And now we've made it to one of the most famous areas in the capital, guys. It's called Užupis Republika, and
it's actually Užupis.
Užupis, okay, Užupis.
We've come to Užupis Republic. It's a very unique place. I guess basically a bunch of people just got together and decided to declare this neighborhood as an independent republic. They have their own president, their own cabinet of ministers, their own constitution, which we're going to try and find somewhere here on the wall, and even their own army.
And also, if you're brave enough and want a little bit of a mini adventure here, there is a swing which is hanging just over the water there under the bridge, and you can get to it, but you have to go bare feet because otherwise you're going to get really wet. So wear shorts and in bare feet as well. And it's just above this restaurant just up here, which is called cepelinai, and you can go up there after and have some food. But we can't go down there because we're currently with our baby on this trip. I've not introduced you guys to our daughter. Her name is Aya and she's 2 years old, and we're just strapping her up so that she can walk freely, but we have to put a little harness on her because if anybody has got a kid or had a kid at the age of 2, they are I don't know how to put it. They're just non-stop. Say hi, sweetie. Say hi. And now we are on the bridge of locks, guys, and they've got like hundreds of locks all across here. And just down there on the actual river, they've got a wall which is called the Wall of Artists, and it's very, very interesting. So the Wall of Poets, and it's really beautiful because across the river that's just going down, they've got all these different bits of artwork.
The Republic was founded in 1997 on April the 1st, so I guess you get the gist. You have to take this place with a pinch of salt. It's not actually a real republic. It's still part of Vilnius and Lithuania, but they celebrate their day of independence on 1st of April, and it's just like a bit of an utopia, if you like, but essentially an artistic neighborhood. I guess it's just really nice that people were able to get together and create something so creative.
And if you're wondering what Užupis means, in Lithuanian it basically means the other side of the river. So it literally is supposed to be like completely a different area. And I must say, whilst walking through here, I can definitely feel there is a different vibe than the center that we were in earlier in the video. And it's more like Gothic-y, a bit more like funky, some graffiti on the wall. People look a little bit more, bohemic. People look a little bit more Gothic around here in terms of the way they're dressed. So what you see here behind me, guys, across this wall is the Constitution of the Republica of here, and it is written in 30 different languages. And let's go and see the English one and see if there's anything funny that we can find there. This is definitely a constitution I can get behind. It's got things like everyone has the right to love, everyone has the right to be unique, and everyone has the right to be silent. Everyone and no one has the right to be violent. And some other really funky stuff which I really like. I've actually come across Tibet Square, and they've got a temple here where the Buddhists can come and pray. And also Dalai Lama himself actually came to this exact spot when it actually opened. And yeah, it's a little touch of Tibet and also Nepal with all the peace flags up there. And honestly, it feels like I am in Nepal right now. They have got this here, which is basically a prayer wheel. So you spin it around like this, and when you spin it, you make a prayer. So I'll make sure I do that. And I honestly must say, I'm super blown away by the differences of culture here and the different types of things that I'm actually seeing. I'm very, very shocked and surprised of the country of Lithuania. I didn't know it had so much inclusivity and just overall like a very, very nice charm as I'm walking through the city. So what did you think of the area?
I really liked Užupis because I felt like it's yet another testament to the character of the Lithuanian people. Super quirky, super vibey, you know, just so much character in it. And also I read that a lot of famous people of Lithuania and artists hung about in Užupis because they find it inspirational. So I wonder if we passed by any famous people and didn't know they were famous yet.
We are famous. Only joking.
We were on the hunt to try out some Lithuanian ice cream, so we made our way back into the center and we came across a really nice spot.
So we're coming in this place, guys. It's called Soprano, and apparently they've got the best gelato in town. So let's see. Do you have an ice cream that's like popular to Lithuania?
Like ice cream flavor?
Yeah.
Honestly, our plain cream.
Plain cream.
Lombyras.
So we have officially got our Lithuanian style ice cream. It's called lombyras. Basically like a cream style ice cream. Let's give it a try. Super simple, but very effective. Best way to put it. It's not like vanilla. It's actually just very unique to itself, like creamy and just very like a nice taste. I like it. So for all the free ice creams that we got, guys, it came to 10 euros. Also in Latvia, guys, when I get an ice cream, they do not give me this much ice cream. They give me like one little scoop or swirl on top of the cone. So yeah, I'm definitely happier to pay that.
After a full day exploring Vilnius Old Town, it's time to switch gears, a new day, and now heading into the modern side of Lithuania. Glass towers, business hubs, and a whole different energy.
And we've now made it to, guys, the official Manhattan of Lithuania. And yes, that is what they call it here. This is officially the modern side of the country. And honestly, I must say, I'm definitely blown away because I didn't think that, again, Lithuania had this. I thought it was more about just kind of the old town and the old architecture, but I'm honestly blown away. I mean, it literally looks like central London, like Canary Wharf. It's honestly mind-blowing how stunning this is. And this river that you can see behind me here, guys, is actually called the Neris River, and it basically goes all across the middle of the city, and it really is stunning because right on the opposite side you've got the cityscape and this beautiful background to just enjoy. And now we have made it to the famous white bridge here in the city, guys. And it basically connects Old Town to the Manhattan of Lithuania. That is what they call it.
Manhattan of Vilnius.
Basically, it's like the business district, isn't it?
It's called NCC, New City Centre, or a business district. Yes, a lot of businesses are there, shopping malls, and also the tallest tower of Lithuania. I didn't think it was going to be as vibrant and as interesting and quirky as it is.
And right here, guys, they've got like these cafes just on top of the bridge. There's got like a cafe and food hall and some restaurants just down there, which is really, really nice. And over here is the recreational zone. So you've got a children's area, and just down there you've got like a volleyball pitch. And this down here, guys, is the skate park, which is part of the recreational zone. And over there is kind of the volleyball area. And over there, they've even got like table tennis places where you can play. Very, very cool. So we are just trying to get to the square area up here, guys. But one thing I found very fascinating is outside all these offices, they have got a strip club right opposite it. That's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So people can finish work straight from there and come to a strip club. Now, if that is not a positioning for a nightclub, I don't know what is. And they've got all these pictures of like, reminds me of kind of like GTA vibes. Have a look. Another thing that's even more funny is just before you go into the strip club, they've got an ATM, so they make sure you've got cash before you go in. Wild. Now we've just made it to the square area here, and they've got like a Radisson hotel just up there, just above the strip club as well. And the office building's just behind me. We're just having a little bit of a walk around here to see what it's like, but it seems quite corporate. A lot of offices, like the post office of Lithuania here. And this building you see up there, everyone, is the tallest building in Lithuania, and it's 153 meters with that antenna just on top. And the name of it is the Europa Tower. And what I love about this city, honestly, it does actually remind me a little bit of Poland, because we went to Warsaw last year, and a lot of places and just areas that I'm walking in Lithuania has got a resemblance of Poland,
Maybe
Warsaw.
it's got something to do with the fact that Poland had occupied Lithuania.
Yeah, probably. And this is the Europa Square, everyone. We have got like a shopping mall over here with some cafeterias. We've got the tallest building in the whole of Lithuania, standing at 153 meters high. And we've also got some office buildings over here and some residents as well. But it's majority like office looking buildings around here. And then on the opposite side is where we've just come from, which is the bridge area. So they've got delivery services here, guys. They've got Wolt and they've got Bolt food here. So you can easily order food at your convenience in Lithuania. And this right here, guys, is one of the malls in this area, and it is called CUP. We had a stroll through the shopping mall, and then we wanted to go to a place to try some Lithuanian delicacies. And after doing some research online, we came across this place called Benedicto. It's a modern style market that sells all types of Lithuanian foods, such as fermented cabbages, rye bread, delicious looking pastries, fruits, and so much more. The first stop was to try something that looked incredibly tasty. And one thing I found really interesting here in the Baltics, guys, is they ferment a lot of their foods. And they've got like fermented cabbage here, fermented cucumbers. It's really, really interesting. I'm going to try this marinated plum. The lovely lady here said I have to try it. So let's see what it tastes like. Wow, very good. And that's delicious. Guys, this is really tasty. It's like marinated plum. The marinated plum that I just tried a minute ago, and I had to buy like a whole tub of it because honestly it's delicious. And Dace bought some fermented cabbage.
So basically in Latvia we do this thing where we ferment cabbage with some carrots, and it's really yummy. And here I found something similar, but it's like marinated. I'm not sure it's fermented. She said it's marinated. So, and they've added some paprika to it. So let me give it a go. It's like a proper staple of the Baltics.
Now maybe you guys can let me know in the comments what this actually is, because the lady that served us, she was actually Russian. And we asked her if it was a Lithuanian thing, and she said no. So I'm not sure what thing it is, but maybe if you guys can tell me what that is from or which country usually eats this, because honestly it's really nice. It's like sweet and sour at the same time.
Since we're on the topic of food, it was finally time to try some proper Lithuanian dishes. We came to a restaurant called Sinoji Trobelė.
Did a reservation for 2 for the baby.
Outside.
Outside's okay? Yeah. And now we have come to a very, very Lithuanian style restaurant, everyone, and it is called Sinoji Trobelė. And apparently this is where you get the good stuff, the good Lithuanian food. So we are going to firstly try this red soup, which is basically like a beetroot style looking soup, and Latvia has the same thing as well, and I love that soup. It's like my favorite Baltic dish.
So I'm very interested to see how the Lithuanians do it, because apparently my wife is telling me that it originates from Lithuania.
Well, Lithuanians claim it to be theirs, but so do the Latvians. I think it's a long-lasting battle.
Well, I'm going to give it to whoever it tastes best. So if Lithuania tastes better than Latvia, I'm going to say it's Lithuanians. But if it doesn't, it's going to go to Latvia. So let's find out.
But here is the trick. My mum is half Lithuanian, so he's tried only my mum's soup.
Oh, that's why it's so good then. Yeah, her mum's soup is the best one for sure. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. And we're also going to get the famous
Cepilini.
Cepilini. It's basically apparently like a big ball that has meat inside, or it can have
Potato
cottage
dumpling
cheese.
with the different fillings.
Yeah. So we've just got the first Lithuanian kvass, guys, and it's homemade. It's very strange because it's not black as like the one in Latvia. It's like beige color. Wow, that's a completely different taste to what I was expecting. It's like strange. It's like creamy, fizzy, and a hint of not lemon but lime-ish. Very interesting. I think it's more like birch juice, which I've tried in Riga actually about a couple of years ago. It's more like a birch juice than kvass. Maybe they make it different here. I just wanted to double check this was kvass because it tastes so different to
Yeah, this is homemade kvass. There is a different types of kvass. There is a dark kvass, bright one. It depends which bread you made it from the dark rye bread or the wheat bread. If you cook it or you put it raw inside. Yeah, so this is one from the wheat bread, sliced and cooked till the dark one, but it gets its color mostly from the white raisins.
Okay.
Yes, and then it filtered it, so such a taste. Also, the color changes when it's in the making process.
So we've now got the Lithuanian pink soup, so it's time to do the comparison. Who's better, the Latvian one or Lithuanian? First thing I have to say, this looks a little bit more thicker and creamy. Look at this, everyone. Look. Very, very thick and creamy. A bit different straight off the bat.
Different texture.
Different texture, yeah. It's very, very creamy. It's completely different to the Latvian one. The Latvian one's a little bit more watery, but this one is delicious. I'm not sure which one I prefer. To be honest, it's a really tough one because I really like the one Dace's mum makes for me because it has a kick of like vinegar to it, and this doesn't have that much vinegar. It's a little bit more mild. But I like the creaminess of this, but I like the vinegar flavors of the one in Latvia. So, no vinegar, but it's got like this kick of some.
It's just a different texture.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna decide by the end of the meal. But at the moment, I think I like both equally. I can't choose. And one thing you'll know, or if you don't know about the Baltics, is they love their potatoes, guys.
No, sweetie,
And these potatoes that have come out, just with this soup, you mix it in like this, and when you eat it together, it is a delight. Really, really good potatoes. So now we have got the famous Lithuanian dishes here, which are these dumplings, and my one is with cottage cheese. And look at the inside of that. Looks like we have got some like creamy sauce here as well, which you're just going to mix it inside. And let's try this. Wow, that is amazing. The outside of it is it's like a yam type of texture. This cream that's inside is just incredibly tasty. Wow, what a dish, guys. 10 out of 10 to the Lithuanians. How is your meat one?
You know, this is how my childhood tastes like. It's taken me like 30 years back. It's really nice, really yummy.
So we've just finished up from the meal, guys, and it's come to 56 euros for all of that food. And to be fair, that's actually not bad. I thought it was going to be a little bit more than that. So overall, what do I think about the meal? I'll let you know later in this video if Latvian or Lithuanian food is better. After finishing up from this delicious meal, I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of the apartment we rented during our stay in Lithuania. So this is the apartment that we've rented out here in Lithuania. It seems like it's a brand spanking new building. It's called Lucky Homes and very, very modern and nice. It's got this really nice big red sofa in the middle of the place, and we have got this big wide TV. It's got a sound bar, some nice details, and this see-through window that leads onto the bedroom, a nice big room. And our view that we have got is just down here, quite nice. We've been very lucky. The 3 days we've been here, it's been like nice and sunny each day. And the great thing with this building is it also comes with a car park. And that's something I actually wanted to mention here in Lithuania, guys, is that car park is so expensive. Everywhere you go, you're spending at least like 3 to 5 euros if you're going to spend at least a couple of hours there. I'm quite surprised why it's like that. Even in the suburbs area, you have to pay for car park everywhere. So maybe you guys can let me know. This is the kitchen area, which is also very, very nice and modern. And we've got a nice balcony just out here. And you're probably wondering, what is the answer to the who has the better food, Lithuania or Latvia? Yeah, so I think for the food that I had here in Lithuania, I would definitely say that the pink soup in Latvia is nicer than the one in Lithuania because it has just more like flavor and taste to it. But I love that dumpling that I had here. It was very, very unique. The cepilini was delicious, and the duck dish that, no, it was lamb that we had. The lamb was quite nice as well. But yeah, it was very cool. And now we're just going to head over to another area in town. It's like a very modern and classy place.
We're now heading to one of the main areas of Vilnius, Gediminas Avenue. It's the city's central boulevard lined with shops, cafes and government buildings, and it's where old history meets the modern rhythm of the capital. Our first stop was to have some coffee in the shopping mall in a really, really nice cafe called Mon Ami.
So we stopped off at this place in this avenue, guys, and it's called Mon Ami. And one thing I have to say with pastries, they're just so good. Dave's actually got this eclair pastry, but unfortunately we've eaten it now, so I can't show you, but I'll show you it in the window where you can see now over the voiceover. And we've got these really nice coffees. We're going to go check out the rest of this neighborhood and see what it's like, but it's definitely a little bit more fancy and nice. So we're currently over at the Gediminas Avenue, guys. It's basically a boulevard that has all these really cool, funky cafes, shops, shopping malls and hotels, and currently standing at a very, very popular square right now that has got a monument that is very, very important to the country. And guys, this statue that you can see in front of me is a statue of Vilnius Old Town. He was a Lithuanian writer, poet, doctor and public activist who wrote the lyrics and music of Lithuania's national anthem. And this boulevard is usually closed off most of the time because this is where a lot of the events and cultural things happen in the country. So basically in this boulevard, then you walk down it. If you go through different alleyways, they've got these streets that have got these really beautiful restaurants just plotted all across the middle of it. It's very, very nice and very typical of European style. And the architecture here is honestly really, really stunning. And honestly, at some points in the video, I feel like I'm walking through London and Rome, but this is Lithuania, very, very unique to itself and very, very beautiful. I'm very impressed at how stunning this is.
Street that is just a little bit off Gediminas Avenue is absolutely magical. I really felt like I'm in a little fairy tale whilst I was walking here. Just beautiful, beautiful atmosphere, relaxing, amazing architecture. It's just really, really worth the visit.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. This is where we're going to end today's episode. Make sure to subscribe for the next video because, as mentioned earlier, I'm going to do a comparison of the two Baltic countries, Latvia and Lithuania. So let's see who's better from the two countries that I visited. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video that's coming next week. Okay, bye. Okay, see you on the next one, guys.
Ačiū and viso gero.
Ačiū, viso gero.